What's up guys, Casey here. It's a new week and I'm back with a new video. This week I want to talk to you guys about parts. Specifically, what parts are necessary to get your doors on your Model A Roadster opening and closing as per factory. If your car's like my car, if it was a project, chances are somewhere along the line somebody robbed it for parts. Just about everything related to making the doors open and close reliably on my car was stolen. So stay tuned and I'm going to show you what parts you need to get that delivered. All right, so as you can see here, we've got everything sort of laid out in 5 categories. We've got our dovetails and the associated hardware. We've got the door handles themselves. We've got our rubber bumpers. We've got our strikers, and we've got our hinge hardware. Now, my car did have hinges on it, so I didn't have to order reproduction hinges. I'm going to attempt to reuse the hinges that I have, but I did buy new hardware. So first part number A35600-DMB is an open car door hinge screw set. These are basically your hinges to your doors. They include countersunk bolts, lock washers, nuts, and a couple of countersunk washers for two of the locations. I also got part number A35600-PMB, which is the hinge to post screw set. These are sold individually. One set does one door. You've got 4 countersunk screws with nuts with included lock washers on those. These are pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time talking about them. Another thing that is probably fairly important is part number A702610ES. This is your door rubber bumper. This is for roadsters and pickups 28 and 29. It's a 12-piece kit. It also has these little brass clasps. Can you see that there? That go inside the door, and the dovetail basically catches those. Can't really see what we're doing here. Dovetail here, clasp there. They go together like that. So that is your rubber bumper set. I don't know where these go yet. I know that the little mushroom shaped guys down here at the bottom, I believe those go through the lower quarter panel brace that I was attaching earlier. And that's what the bottom of the door hits. I have no idea where the rest of these are going to go. And I'm not sure how I'm going to find out. I suppose I'll go on the HAMB and see if I can find any pictures. There was no evidence of any rubber on my doors or quarter panels whatsoever. Long since rotted and gone. So that is a bummer. But those are they. So dovetails. The dovetails mount on the quarter panels. They're kind of a weird deal. They've got like a fiber packing on the inside, and they're split. Well, here, let me just open them. So we'll open these up. Oh, before I continue, the dovetails themselves are part number A76819A. So here's the dovetail. They have a little split. They've got the fiber packing, 2 bolt holes. I'll take you over to the car and show you where they attach roughly in a second here. I imagine that the split and the packing is because they're supposed to compress slightly when the door closes, maybe to cause it to close more firmly. I'm not entirely sure. So that's the dovetail. You need 2 per car. Then you've got your dovetail backing plate, which is part number A76819ABP. 2 required per car. You can't see that one, so let me show you this one. It's basically just a piece of threaded steel. And then you've got your dovetail mounting screws here, which are nice and long countersunk pan head screws. All of the hardware on the Model A's was pretty classy stuff compared to what we have available today. A 7681 9MB. one set does a whole car. You've got 2 screws per dovetail, 4 screws per car. These are polished stainless steel too. They're really nice. The reason they're so long is because these actually go through the wood that supports the door pillar, and then the backing plate goes on the back side. I imagine my wood kit doesn't have a little pocket machined recessed in it, so I imagine I'm going to have to do that, but hopefully these will be the exact right length. So that's the dovetail. Then we move on to the striker plate. Striker plate is part number A35705, 2 required per car. This is what your door actually latches into. It's a cast iron piece. It's pretty heavy. It's got a tang in it. It's ribbed for your pleasure. That is the striker plate. I'll show you how this engages with the door handle itself, door latch, in a second. And then you got the striker plate screws, which are countersunk flathead A35705 MB. 1 set required per car, 4 screws, 2 per striker. Lastly, we get into the door latches themselves. These are only available as a Chinese reproduction. 2 separate part numbers. These are correct for a 28. A 29 is different. So, part number for the 28, this is the, I believe, right-hand side, A35655AR. A35655AR, right side. And A35655AL, left side. That makes sense. Let me open this up and show you what we have. So these are a nice piece. Nice steel plate. Chrome latch mechanism. If you look here, you can see this is the actual striker itself, which moves with the latch mechanism. I guess I might as well open this because I told you I'd show you how it interacts with the striker. So there's that. Here's the striker. When you close the door, snap like that. And that's actually pretty firm. So will I be able to get it out? All right, well, anyway, that's interesting. The latch mechanism doesn't completely retract unless you force it from the inside, overriding the spring. So I'm not sure what that means. It makes me think that the doors are going to close and then you won't be able to get them open, which you don't want them flying open, so, you know, but you want to be able to get out of the car. So I suppose you can just bail. And then the inside door knobs themselves, chrome, A35710, also made in China. All these Model A parts are made in China. And look, the threads don't really match. I mean, that's, you know, been my experience so far. It's about the quality you can expect. I'll have to find out what thread size that is and run a tap through it. I'm sure it'll clean up just fine. Oof. Not so sure it'll clean up just fine. I'm sure I'll figure it out, is what I'm sure of. So we've got the door handle, the chrome knob, and then the open car door latch mount screws, A35655/6 MB, 1 set per car. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like they threw in an extra, or they shorted us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, only 4 per car. They gave us an extra. How nice. Anyway, So that is everything you need to get your Model A doors opening and closing as per original. Let me take you over to the car. Remember how I said that I didn't have any of the hardware associated with the doors? I lied. This is the inside of the passenger door. So, as you can see, I do have a door latch intact. Here is the replacement piece. As you can see, it kind of slides up inside of the door. I've got a mounting screw there. I've got a mounting screw down there. I've got another one there. That's 1, 2, one up at the top that is missing. So this will mount there. The striker will mount up high on the quarter panel. About there, about like that. It will also be backed up with wood. Hopefully I got my door gaps right. Otherwise, these pieces are gonna have to be modified. So there's the striker. Now, sorry, I don't have a lot of room in my garage. If you'll remember the little brass piece in the door stopper kit, I believe that goes there. And so that is where the dovetail will go on the car body. Right about like so, halfway down the quarter panel. So that's the door hardware. Here are the hinges. Interestingly enough, it looks like those countersunk washers are on all 4 holes. So the fact that I only have 1 per kit is troublesome. As you can see, I have a lot of work to do to salvage these doors. Oh. And this is where I believe in a perfect world that rubber stopper is supposed to go, though it's not going to fit there. So I have my work cut out for me. And again, that's part of the reason that I've been procrastinating. Anyway. All right, guys. So thanks for watching again this week. I hope you don't feel like that was too much of a cop-out. But I tell you what, I spent probably about 4 hours online researching what part numbers I needed to get everything. And I actually got it from a couple of different vendors because I didn't get it all right the first time, or a couple of different orders. So I had to pay shipping multiple times, wait multiple weeks. So hopefully this helps some of you guys out. Because like I said, if you're building a Roadster and you're starting with pretty much nothing, you've got your work cut out for you to figure out the parts that you need to do it right, especially if you're trying to make it original. If you're just gonna tack weld things together and, you know, run bear claw latches and so on and so forth, then you don't really need to worry about any of this. But if you're trying to make it like an OEM appearing Model A, this is the only way to do it. Anyway, thanks again so much for watching this week. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because that helps me out a ton. And stay tuned. We'll do more on the Roadster, more on the Road Race Mustang project, and more of what you want to see. Hit the comments. Let me know what you want to see. Talk to you soon. All right. Goodbye.